we grew up in a home where our parents were committed to each other, and they pushed through all the hard times and all the difficulties to stay together. It's important, and it's an honor to be raised in a home like that. So the first one I wrote down was, they always taught us to never ever go to bed angry. And I don't ever remember my mom never went to bed angry, and my husband and I, we've talked about that over the years, and I've even shared it with Caitlin and Aaron. So it's just, that advice is passing down through the generations, that we just don't ever go to bed angry. Mom and Dad always supported our dreams as kids. Whatever we wanted to do, they were there to support us. They were always at our athletic events. They were just our biggest cheerleaders and support. They prayed for us. That's a huge one. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that my parents prayed for me growing up, and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they pray for me still, and they probably pray for all of you as well. And that's priceless. As a family, they taught us to spend time together doing things that we enjoyed. I remember one of my childhood memories is when we would all get on our bicycles and we would ride bikes as a family in the evening after dinner or whatever. And I mean, we had the little, I don't even see them anymore, but the little seats, and they would put Sean on the little seat on the back of their bike, and Tim and I would ride on the bikes, and we would go for rides all through the neighborhoods. And we just did things together that we enjoyed, and that was special. They taught us not to be afraid to take risks as children. I remember going to Kings Island, and my dad was convinced that he was going to get us on the Beast. It was when it had first come out, and we were terrified. We were like, no way, we're not riding this. And he bribed us with t-shirts and said, I'll get you t-shirts if you ride the Beast. And so that taught us, I mean, that was just a fun little thing that we did, but it taught us. Yeah, we could be bought. But that it's okay and it's good to take risks, to do things that maybe you're not comfortable with or that scare you a little bit, to just step out and do those things. We always, and we do this in my home now, we always held hands around the table and prayed before every meal. They taught us, my dad especially, my mom too, taught us to work hard. Growing up, Dad had 3 jobs. He worked from 11 at night until 7 in the morning at the factory at Rockwell, and then he went straight to the bus garage and drove a school bus, and then he went straight from there to Mike Stradley's gas station and pumped gas all day, and then he went back to the bus station and drove school bus again, came home and slept for just a few hours after dinner, and went right back to work. He did that, to support his family, but he did it, I think, also to show us that it's important that we work hard. And Mom, I can remember, I mean, she works constantly. She's the hardest woman in the world to get a hold of, because she's always doing something. The sermon, I think of my mom, because she's the most giving woman I've ever met in my life. She's always pouring herself out for others, and it keeps her busy. She's always working. I remember times that she would stay up 24 hours to get a project done. She just pushed through, and that taught us that hard work is important. So, I mean, those are just a few of the things that I thought of. I asked him and Sean to think of a special memory maybe, or something that they might want to share.
For me, it wasn't a memory. It's like you said, it just so happens before this, we were sitting out on the front porch, and my mom and I were talking, and it was how lucky I feel, and I know Mindy and Sean agree, that with children coming from divorced homes, the absolute
watching my dad's life over the years and watching him walk away from his faith for a period of time. But he taught me that you can always come back to your faith. That God will always take you back, and that your faith is important. And I couldn't be more thrilled to see him back with the Lord and leading his family.
Yes.
And that example, he always did. He always followed his convictions. I remember when we were kids, one time he got rid of our TV. I mean, how popular is that going to make a dad in the house when he says no more TV? He felt like God was saying, we need to get rid of the TV. Right now. And he did it. And we all didn't like it very much. We're doing it.
Something funny about that TV deal. We got rid of the television. We came downstairs one day, and Sean was sitting on the floor in the dining room, staring at the wall where the TV used to be.
We have lots of happy memories, and they've always been committed and devoted to each other. And I just appreciate that. Mom and Dad, if you can come up here. Yes, please. Hey, mother.
We know it, Jill.